FFA chapter participated in the 98th National FFA competition in Indianapolis. With more than 70,000 attendees nationwide, Oakland students competed in 12 events and earned multiple national honors. Emma Goff was named national winner in Agri-Science Fair, Social Systems Division 3, and several others placed as national finalists or received top 10 rankings. That's all for now. For more local news in a quick and digestible format, be sure to check out the Rutherford Roundup podcast. I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, part of your Good Neighbor Network. And I'll talk to you later.
CBS Radio News.
Or in or around that area.
The NTSB will be on the scene today trying to determine a cause. CBS News senior transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve.
One of the big things investigators are going to need to do is try to track down the black boxes. They are designed to withstand the impact in about 30 minutes of fire, but there was so much fuel on this airplane, more than 250,000 pounds of fuel, 38,000 gallons of fuel, roughly, for this flight to Hawaii. That fire burned so long and so hot, this might not be recoverable.
A new report from payroll processor ADP shows hiring rebounded in the private sector last month, with 42,000 jobs added. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
This is very industry specific. Education and healthcare, as well as trade, transportation, and utilities, those sectors were primarily responsible for the growth of jobs in October.
The same day China's fast fashion giant Shein opened its first permanent store in Paris, the French government has suspended sales on its website there over sex dolls with childlike features. It was selling on its website. No word on whether it'll impact new physical store, which has drawn huge crowds of shoppers and protesters today. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
Yeah, for me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Hey, this is Taylor with Bell Jewelers inviting you to our exclusive one-day-only estate jewelry event. It's going to be on Thursday, November 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I can't stress enough that it is one day only. One day only estate jewelry event. Thursday, November 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's at Bell Jewelers at 821 Northwest Broad Street across from Toots.
When severe weather strikes, we break in.
A tornado watch is in effect for Rutherford County.
The most up-to-date weather information.
We'll be here with you on radio and with Rutherford Weather video channels as we continue to track this storm.
Get 10-point details on severe and impactful weather in Rutherford County with Rutherford Weather.
A severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for Rutherford County.
Listen to Rutherford Weather updates on WGNS and watch on YouTube and Facebook by following at RuCo Weather. That's RuCo Weather.
The Good Neighbor Network salutes educators making a difference. The Doug Young Educator of the Month from City Tile and Floor Covering is Cameron Hamilton at the Learning Zone.
My decision to become an educator stems from my background in the Boys and Girls Club. I grew up going to the Boys and Girls Club, and then when I was of age, I started volunteering, and then I started working there when I became of age from that point. But I've just always been involved with youth development.
Cameron, tell us what you like most about working with the kids.
Every day is something new. There's always a new thing to learn from them, as there's something new for them to learn from me. Having that experience with them is just a reward in itself.
And what would you like to do in the future?
I'd like to possibly possibly step into a director role, be in charge of the different things that go on, and ensure that at least I know that my building is doing the best that they can for the children.
Cameron Hamilton at the Learning Zone is the Doug Young Educator of the Month, sponsored by City Tile and Floor Covering on Spring Street. Know an outstanding teacher? Nominate them at our website.
FM 1019, FM 100.5, wgnsradio.com. The Good Neighbor Network. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Well, hey, hi, and hello there, fun lovers and truth seekers. Welcome in to this edition of Rutherford Issues. Yes, I know what you're thinking. It's 9 o'clock. I need that extra hour between Wake Up Crew and Rutherford Issues for Brian-less time. Is that what it is? But today, a little switcheroo. Chip Walters generally hosts the Wednesday Roundtable, right? Well, Chip has got a ball game coming up here in just a few minutes. The Middle Tennessee Blue Raider men's basketball team is hosting Rutherford County schools in the over at the Murphy Center. So that's coming up. They call it Education Day, I think. That's the name I was trying to think of. Milligan is in town, and it's the first game for the Blue Raider men's basketball team. Comes up at 10 o'clock pregame, and we'll have that one for you here on WGNS. So Chip and I just kind of did a little switch. I can get Rutherford Issues on and not have to switch a guest for the second time this week, because we did the same thing on Monday with the men's team, or with the women's team when they played host to TSU. So the women, by the way, tomorrow are at St. Louis. But anyway, we've still got a lot to do between now and the top of the hour. We're going to be talking with our friend Brent Carter from Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services a bit later on this morning. And then, because I have 10 o'clock available, I am going to slip over to the Civic Plaza at 10 o'clock. They're going to have a special, kickoff. That's the word that's being used, to the Red Kettle campaign for the Salvation Army. And Mayor Shane McFarland is scheduled to be there and kicking off the holiday season with the Red Kettle campaign kickoff. So we're going to be slipping over to the Civic Plaza, try to bring that to you on Big G TV and get some photos and videos and that kind of thing. So busy day planned today and a little grandpa duty. So, that's what we live for. We're going to check on your forecast here in just a couple of moments, but we do like to tell you about our Good Neighbor of the Day. Kimberly Snow is today's SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day. For all of her years teaching over at Barfield Elementary, inspiring students, both past and present, Kimberly Snow is going to receive flowers from Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts and WGNS Radio as the Good Neighbor of the Day today. And our many thanks to Jenny Harrison and her wonderful staff over at Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts for helping us with the Good Neighbor of the Day for a long time. Longer than many of us have been alive. Yeah. Not me, but not quite. Well, maybe. Yeah. We're going to say so. Longer than I've been alive. So, that's a long time. Thanks to Ryan Flowers for their support, and congratulations, Kimberly Snow, today's Good Neighbor of the Day. And this salute comes from SRM Concrete, locally grown, nationally known, and celebrating the neighbors who pour strength into our community. How do you get a good neighbor to us? Well, we've made it fairly simple. A couple of ways. You can text the word neighbor to 615-893-1450. When you do that, that'll take you to a place on our website. That place on our website, by the way, is a web form. You can get to that through the submit section of the site, or head to wgnsradio.com/goodneighbor. That'll get you there as well. Name, address, phone number, sentence why you want that person to be good neighbor of the day. That's what we need from you, and we'll take care of the rest from there. Okay? So thank you to Ryan Flowers. Thank you to SRM Concrete for helping us out with that. Birthday Club, Leanne Lane Jackson is our birthday club winner. She is 29 again. Know that feeling. Leanne Lane Jackson, happy birthday, and enjoy the delicious banana pudding from Slick Pig Barbecue. Hey, you've got a story too, Leanne. On this 29th birthday, you can tell people, hey, I celebrated with banana pudding. That's a conversation starter. That's all thanks to the Robinson family and our friends over at Slick Pig Barbecue, 1920 East Main. We're coming to you from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios this morning. And, you know, we're doing the Salvation Army Red Kettle kickoff this morning. The holiday season is just around the corner, and you can kick off the holidays downtown at the annual Christmas tree lighting, which is powered by MTE. You know, if you think about it, all of the Christmas lights that you put up and I put up and everyone in the community here puts up, powered by MTE. Pretty cool. It's the tree lighting, by the way, is Friday, December the 5th, starting at 6 p.m. You're going to have caroling, visit with Santa. You can watch the tree light up. It's going to be a fun night. Kids will love it. Granddaughter's first this year, so I hope that inspires awe. I'm sure it will, all the bright lights. So celebrate with the family downtown Murfreesboro at the Christmas tree lighting December 5th, powered by MTE.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Well, we send you outside here if you're watching on Big G TV. And if I can find my cursor, there it is. Looks like we've got 61 degrees in Murfreesboro, 62 in Smyrna. So our temperature sensor here at the studios, it's about an hour behind. That was last hour's temperature, 55. So warming up a little bit. Hey, we've got some rain in the forecast to talk about. And we've got a little severe weather outlook now. Yeah, can you believe that? So we're going to talk about it here in just a few moments. But first, why don't we get our forecast from Weatherology? Again, 61 in Murfreesboro. It is 62 degrees at the Smyrna Airport this hour.
Well, Brian, it looks like we'll see sunny skies here for this afternoon with a high in the mid-70s. Winds out of the southwest around 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. And then for tonight, mostly clear with a low near 44. Thursday, sunshine, a high of 71 degrees. Friday, a chance for rain showers here late, cloudy skies, a high around 73. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 72 degrees. Then by Sunday, partial sunshine, a high around 55. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Thank you, Jennifer. And let's talk a little bit about our severe weather chances. We've got our global forecast model pulled up here, the GFS. And the GFS loading up here, it's kind of looking like on Friday, which is the 7th. Here is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and now 6 o'clock in the afternoon, all of Middle Tennessee in rain. There could be embedded storms with this, but it's going to scoot on out here by Saturday, and then we're going to have much cooler temperature. I did a video on this you'll want to check out early this morning. It's on wgnsradio.com, or you can look at the Rutherford Weather YouTube channel. But, I mean, we're talking about the coldest air of the season so far. Yep, coldest since last winter. 20s. So we're talking pipes and all that kind of stuff, right? So, with that, since we're in the 60s and 70s ahead of this, the Storm Prediction Center on Friday now has us in a level 2 out of 5 for severe weather. Right here through the heart of Middle Tennessee, from Jackson to Cookeville, from Clarksville down to Florence, Alabama. That is our level 2 out of 5. Level 1 out of 5 outside of that. So this is clearly the time frame for the possibility of severe weather. What are the hazards? Mainly damaging winds. That's what we're kind of looking at right now. Possibly damaging winds. Maybe some small hail with this, but it'll be fine-tuned as we get closer to things, for sure. But right now, just know, shot at rain and storms Friday. Cooler with another front coming through over the weekend on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, pretty cold. We're just going to call it like it is. Cold, cold, cold. So check out the Rutherford Weather Channel if you want more about the cold weather that's coming up. And that is a look at your forecast here from WGNS. Are you ready for 27 degrees for a Sunday night low and 44 for a Monday high? Well, get ready. It's on the way. RuCo weather, RuCo weather on YouTube, Facebook, a lot of other platforms, but especially YouTube for watching like severe weather coverage, things of that nature on your television. Pretty cool way to do that. You can do the same thing on YouTube, on your phone. Facebook, of course, we've got you covered there. At RuCo Weather, Rutherford Weather, Facebook, YouTube, and many more. RutherfordWX.com online, and that is a look at your forecast here from News Radio, WGNS. 61 in Murfreesboro at the airport, 62 degrees in Smyrna. And those are your forecast details here this morning.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. More people depend on WGNS for local news that matters. We're your local news leader. News Radio, WGNS.
Time to take a look at your markets here this morning. Brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. Being an hour early, sometimes things don't show up where they're supposed to, you know? Stock markets were sharply lower yesterday, led by the downside. Technology-heavy NASDAQ down pretty heavily. The Dow up in very early trading, 88 points, 47,173 this morning. The S&P trying to rebound from yesterday's rout. It's up 19 points now at 67.90. NASDAQ ahead 92, 23,440. And that's a look at your markets. Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, 907-7056. Lee Colvin, right here in Murfreesboro.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
We're going to check on the latest world news headlines. Dalton's got your Rutherford Roundup. We've got sports news for you straight ahead. It's 9:20, and no, you're not hallucinating. This is an early edition of Rutherford Issues. We've got Middle Tennessee men's basketball coming up for you at 10 o'clock. Conversation continues here on the Big G, WGNS, as we check the news.
CBS News Brief. President Trump is taking notes after Democratic gains in yesterday's elections.
I don't think it was good for Republicans. I don't think it was good. I'm not sure it was good for anybody. But we had an interesting evening, and we learned a lot.
He says the government shutdown and the fact that he wasn't on the ballot both hurt the GOP. The Supreme Court hears arguments next hour on the president's tariff policy. Loyola Law professor Lori Levinson.
The issue is whether he has the power to impose the massive tariffs he has been imposing on countries across the world.
NTSB investigators will be at the airport in Louisville, Kentucky today trying to determine the cause of the UPS cargo plane crash that killed at least 9 people. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
You're talking about a situation where the plane lost 2 of its 3 engines. It likely wouldn't be able to generate enough lift to fly. They're going to want to understand that sequence of events.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
This message brought to you by the Central Tennessee Regional Solid Waste Planning Board. Visit RecycleRightTN.com for tips, ideas, and locations on where to recycle near you. That's RecycleRightTN.com.
Recycle right, it's all on you. Don't be trashy, recycle classy, recycle right, Tennessee.
Go to RecycleRightTN.com.
Recycle right, Tennessee.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
Sign-ups are going on right now for First Shot's Winter Basketball League in Rutherford County. Coach Andy Herzer guides kids to sharpen basketball skills and build teamwork through exciting clinics and games. Since 2003, First Shot has empowered youth to grow in mind, spirit, and body. Don't miss out. Join the fun and develop lifelong skills. Visit firstshottn.org today and register for the Winter Basketball League. That's firstshottn.org.
When you have fire, water, or storm damage, Farrah Construction can help. Farrah Construction is also there to help when a car slams through the wall. Call Farrah Construction and we'll board up, put down tarps, secure your home or business until the insurance coverage is approved. Call Farrah Construction at 615-893-6120. I'm Ron Hall. Shop local. Let our family business help you. Farrah Construction Company.
I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, and here are some of the top stories impacting Rutherford County on your Rutherford Roundup for Wednesday, November the 5th, 2025. As the federal government shutdown stretches beyond 35 days, uncertainty continues for more than 690,000 Tennesseans who rely on SNAP benefits, including thousands in Rutherford County. Despite partial funding announced by the Trump administration, the timeline for benefit distribution remains unclear, with delays potentially stretching weeks or months. In response, Governor Bill Lee has commissioned $5 million in state funding to food banks, directing grants based on SNAP population across Tennessee. He praised nonprofit and faith-based partners for stepping up in this crisis and emphasized the urgency for the federal government to reopen to ensure families receive the full support they need. Locally, the Second Harvest Food Bank of Middle Tennessee is feeling the strain as it works to assemble SNAP disaster relief boxes in Smyrna. Volunteer Engagement Manager Eli Farmer highlighted the dire need, noting that food insecurity affects approximately 450,000 people across the 46 counties that they serve. The lapse in SNAP funding has impacted an estimated 121,000 households. Farmer stressed that the community's willingness to help is vital now more than ever, encouraging residents to donate food, funds, or time. In Murfreesboro and other parts of Rutherford County, food banks are ramping up efforts to meet rising demand as partner agencies report the greatest need since the height of the COVID pandemic. The state's faith-based and community initiative is coordinating a rapid response, reinforcing Tennessee's spirit of volunteerism, while federal relief remains stalled. Rutherford County School are expanding educational opportunities with the upcoming launch of their Choice School program. This initiative allows families to apply for enrollment in schools outside of their zone districts, offering broader access to specialized programs, including charter school options. According to Choice School Coordinator Dr. Jeff McCann, while final seat availability is still being determined, capacity will likely be limited due to ongoing concerns over overcrowding. Recent rezoning efforts and the continued use of portable classrooms highlight the need for additional infrastructure. Plans are already underway for a new high school, and a potential new school in the Walter Hill area is being considered to ease strain on current campuses. Once accepted through the program, students can remain at their chosen school through the full grade span without reapplying, even if they reside outside of the original school zone. Choice School Specialist Melinda Walters emphasized that selections are made via a lottery system, not based on academic performance. Meanwhile, Murfreesboro's Oakland High School is celebrating excellence both on and off the field with the announcement of its 2025 Football Hall of Fame inductees. The honorees include standout athletes such as Christian Cantrell, Jackson Cawthon, and Xavier Myers, as well as beloved figures like Coach Melvin Daniels Sr. and Principal Butch Vaughn. The induction ceremony will take place during the halftime on November the 7th playoff game, spotlighting the legacy of athletic achievement in Rutherford County and honoring those who've shaped Oakland's proud football tradition. Sean McGowan has officially entered the 2026 race for the Republican nomination for Rutherford County Commission District 15. A certified public accountant and CFO of Winstall Corporation, McGowan brings more than 3 decades of financial expertise. Holding degrees from Villanova University and Oklahoma State, McGowan says his decision to run was sparked by concerns over the proposed 50-year expansion of the Middle Point landfill near Murfreesboro. Quote, "We need leaders who listen to residents and make data-driven decisions," end quote. His platform focuses on expanding recycling programs, reducing dependency on the landfill, and pursuing fiscally responsible growth across Rutherford County. McGowan believes that through better waste division and smarter budgeting, the county can maintain its AAA bond rating while protecting quality of life. McGowan lives in Murfreesboro with his wife Laura, a teacher at Providence Christian Academy. Their 2 adult children, Megan and Ryan, work in education and private industry, respectively. He's an active member of the Experience Community Church. Also representing Murfreesboro on the national stage, over 30 students from Oakland High School's FFA chapter participated in the 98th National FFA competition in Indianapolis. With more than 70,000 attendees nationwide, Oakland students competed in 12 events and earned multiple national honors. Emma Goff was named national winner in Agri-Science Fair, Social Systems Division 3, and several others placed as national finalists or received top 10 rankings. That's all for now. For updates on these and many more local news stories, be sure to check out our website, wgnsradio.com. Follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook and X. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to leave a rating or a review on Spotify and iTunes, a comment on YouTube, or share it with a friend. I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, part of your Good Neighbor Network. And I'll talk to you later.
Come tour Adams Place and discover living a dream in your senior years.
You don't have to go out and mow the yard. You don't have to rake the leaves. You don't have to wash the car. You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
You do not have the responsibility of your house, worrying about getting shrubbery trimmed, getting a new roof, paying your taxes. All of that is behind you.
This is Terry Deal. Come tour Adams Place and discover living a dream in your senior years. On Memorial across from Walmart.
Local farmers, local meats, vegetables, and other produce at the Winter Spring Rutherford County Farmers Market.
Bundle up and make your way every Friday at Lane Agri Park.
This is a paid legal ad.
At the law offices of John Day, we take only real cases that make a real difference.
My name is Laura Lynn, and my family needed legal help. The law offices of John Day took the burden really off of my shoulders. Never once did I feel secondary to anything else that was going on.
We want to make a difference in the community we hold so dear. And if you're ever injured, know that we are here for you too. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
Premier 6 Theater on Broad in Jackson Heights.
Let's all go to the movies.
Check out what's showing at murfreesboromovies.com. Popcorn popped fresh daily.
Movies at the good old
Premier 6 on Broad in Jackson Heights.
This is News Radio WGNS Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
All right, well, we've got Middle Tennessee basketball coming up for you here in less than 30 minutes. Chip Walters will have the play-by-play story as the Middle Tennessee men's basketball team host Milligan in the first game of the season. It's Education Day for Rutherford County school students as well over at the Glass House. Tomorrow at 3:30 in the afternoon, Joe Fisher is in St. Louis for the Lady Raider game in St. Louis, 3:30 airtime on WGNS. And then high school football, well, there have been some changes in some of the games. You know, we talked earlier about the weather and the forecast, and we've had some change. Not our broadcast game as of this point. We're going to be in Lebanon for Riverdale, Lebanon on Friday night. As of now, we'll see if there's a change in that. I have not heard that Smyrna Green Hill game is going to be moving, but Oakland versus Cookeville Thursday night, Blackman hosting Gallatin Thursday night. Eagleville at McEwen is now on Thursday night. The only other game, Middle Tennessee Christian School and Chattanooga Grace. Not sure if that game is being moved or not, but we'll keep you updated. We've got a story in the brackets at wgnssports.com. So right now, Friday night, high school football, our airtime will be 6:30 from Lebanon. No Friday Night Thunder. They're actually moving Friday Night Thunder to Thursday night since most everybody's playing on Thursday night now. So there you go. Saturday morning, Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner begins at 9 o'clock. Let's see. That's about 12 hours of local broadcasting coming up for you Saturday. Coach's Corner, 3 hours, 9 until 11:45 or so. Then at 12:30, it's the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider pregame show as they host FIU, looking for their first conference win of the season, and it's also Salute to Veterans. Then around 6 or a little after, as soon as the football game is over, Chip's going to bring you the football game. Then Dick Palmer and J.P. Plant are going to handle the postgame show right up until Middle Tennessee men's basketball tips off versus Webster. So about 12 hours of local high school and MTSU broadcasting coming up for you on Saturday afternoon. And that is a look at what we've got coming up for you here on WGNS and Big G TV, our Big G TV coverage from Murfreesboro Medical Clinic. MM Clinic, proud supporter of MTSU athletics, helping students and athletes mentally and physically and keeping them healthy. MMC, committed to the health of our entire community.
Choosing the right insurance can be overwhelming. That's where Recall at Rayburn Insurance comes in. At Rayburn, we're not just about policies, we're about people. Recall will take the time to understand your needs and find the best coverage at the best price. We've been serving our community since 1973. So why not let Recall take the stress out of insurance? Recall at Rayburn Insurance Agency, where you're more than just a policy number. You're our neighbors.
From driveways to highways, SRM Concrete has the right mix, on time, every time. Locally grown, nationally known, family owned and operated. SRM is the name you trust. SRM Concrete, you call, we haul.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Carlin Cochran. A Crossville man is facing a first-degree murder charge after his mother was found dead. Authorities say 76-year-old Linda Spivey was discovered at her home on Bighorn Drive after a welfare check Monday. Investigators quickly focused on her son, 59-year-old Kenneth Spivey, who was later arrested. He's being held in the Cumberland County Jail on a $1 million bond and is set to appear in court December 8th. The TBI and local authorities continue to investigate, with an autopsy planned in Nashville. A Jackson man and former church minister is behind bars, facing a charge of statutory rape by an authority figure. Booking records show 44-year-old Andrew Stephen Irvin was taken to the Madison County Jail just before 5 p.m. Monday. Church officials at Northside Church on North Highland Avenue tell WBBJ-TV that Irvin was terminated last month after members reported disqualifying behavior. The church says it immediately contacted law enforcement and is cooperating fully.
This is Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid, factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net.
As the federal government shutdown enters day 35, Tennessee is releasing $5 million in state funds to help food banks fill the gap left by reduced SNAP benefits. Governor Bill Lee says the money will be distributed through the state's faith-based initiative feedtn.org. But critics, including Representative John Ray Clemens, argue the funding is too small and lacks oversight. Food banks like Second Harvest say they're still waiting for details on when help will arrive. Carlin Cochran, Access Tennessee News.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Our Rutherford Issues conversation today is brought to you in part by Middle Tennessee Electric. Don't forget, the holiday season starts in downtown Murfreesboro. The annual tree lighting, powered by MTE, is coming up on Friday, December 5th, starting at 6 o'clock. Caroling, Santa, the entire whole works there, the sparkling Christmas tree. Brand new this year, too, by the way. It's all powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. December 5th, celebrate downtown. We have Brent Carter joining us from Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services. I haven't been since the discussion was happening about the tree, but I think the old tree you said it was gone now, right?
Pretty sure, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. It's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, they're getting ready to put up that new one.
Yeah. It's going to go up and then come down and up and down, I think, maybe. We'll see.
Yes, sir.
I guess that keeps us from having to chop a tree down somewhere. There have been plenty of trees chopped down, as many homes as we've got in Rutherford County.
Oh, my gosh. It's crazy. I mean, they're just growing everywhere. It seems like these farmers are getting rid of their farming dirt and putting up a housing development.
Yeah, as tough as it is to make it as a farmer, I guess. I don't know what the answer is to that, but as we're growing in an explosive manner, that also means we need emergency medical services even more, and
we need more.
Apparently.
We need more. I hate to sound like a broken record every time I come on here, but we just keep to get busier and busier. Just right now, currently, for the calls volume that we run Monday and Tuesday, we're at like 275 911 calls. That's not including anything that started today.
So that's in 2 days.
That's in 2 days. We've run 275 911 calls.
So let's kind of break that down. And let's take Monday. You said 140 calls on Monday, right?
135 on Monday and 140 yesterday.
Okay.
In 12 hours. Or 24 hours, excuse me.
So
18 trucks.
18 trucks. So you're talking about 18 trucks and 140.
Yes, sir.
Are they ever at the station?
Not very often. And then they get caught in the vortex, bringing people in. We call it the vortex, taking them into the hospital. So Eagleville, they could run a call in Christiana if Christiana's out, and they're the closest truck on their way back to Eagleville. So it just, with all these trucks being GPS, like I said in the past, you call 911, you're going to get the closest truck, no matter where they're at. Or where their station is at, I should say. Yes, sir.
Well, that is an average of 7.7777 calls.
8 calls per truck.
Yeah. So 8 calls per truck in 24 hours.
24 hours. Yeah. And average call, we'll say an hour. Some of the outlying stations, Las Casas, Walter Hill, Kittrell, they hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. By the time they get in and hopefully get back to their station, just depends on how busy them phone calls come in.
Yeah.
And it's just going to get worse because they're building, as well as I do, and everybody else knows.
Yeah.
Anywhere and everywhere, they're going to put a house.
Talking about 600 plus square miles of Rutherford County, too. So you've got a truck that has to answer a call in Laverne, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
If the closest hospital is Nashville, is that where they head to? Or?
Oh, yeah. We will transport wherever you want to go. As long as to any hospital that touches our county. That's our rules. So if you want to go to Vandy, or you want to go to Woodbury, or you want to go to Williamson, you're going. So that's where we'll transport you to. Manchester.
If you're able to make that call, I guess.
Yeah.
Otherwise, do you just go to the closest? Is that...
Depending on the call, if it's an emergency call and a really critical patient, yes, we will go to the closest hospital.
Yeah.
But if it's just a possible broken arm or whatever, heart attacks, things like that, we'll probably go to the closest. Strokes, we're going to go to the closest.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma, major trauma, we're going to go to the closest. And then get them stabilized. And then probably transport them to, the appropriate hospitals after that.
I know that, we've got an ER up on Veterans, and there are other ERs. West Lawn, and there are others that are...
So we've got West Lawn, St. Thomas, Saints and St. Thomas,
mm-hmm.
and then Stonecrest. There are 3 major ones that we transport to.
And more that are coming, smaller ERs, I think.
From what I've heard, yeah, some standalone ERs, maybe 4 or 5 rooms. Yeah, and I don't know which HCA, Vandy, you know, I've heard rumors, but
yeah. Well, I think with MMC's new addition over on Las Casas Pike, there's going to be some Ascension rooms there, so I guess that will help.
See, I know doctors' offices are getting. Yeah. Some of them are going to move over there, but I haven't heard anything on an ER, a standalone ER.
As we grow, that's going to be something that at least maybe helps.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
and that area is really growing.
Yeah,
you know,
silently,
I
really.
mean, we thought Las Casas, that public safety building, you know, was going to be a little bit slower, but they're running quite a few calls. I mean, it's all of them are Kittrell, all of them.
I think I say last area to grow, but you know, the Memorial Boulevard has really kind of grown on almost out to Jefferson Pike and Walter Hill School, and so we're going to grow out toward Lebanon that way. That's why I said
we're all going to start touching pretty soon. You're going to be able to leave downtown Murfreesboro and drive to Laverne and not even know it. Yeah. There's not even going to be any gaps. You know, it's going to go from houses to houses to lights to lights.
So, I mean, how long can we do this with 18? It's as long as it takes.
You know, I mean, we're trying to grow. We're trying to get in with, you know, Laverne and Smyrna and get some more trucks up there because it's growing just as fast as we are down here. And I mean, that's Brian's working his tail off to do it, and then to find the personnel is going to be a problem too sometimes.
Yeah.
So we are going to move into that Plainview station this week or next.
Is that right?
So yeah, they've had some little radio issues and some things like that. So when they get all the bugs worked out of it, then we'll move a crew over there.
Boy, if you thought, I mean, I thought when they built the school out that direction too, that was like, wow, this is really out there. And it is.
It is.
But there's stuff growing up all around it.
Yeah. It's just, everybody loves Rutherford County.
I guess.
Yeah. This is a place to be.
As that continues to happen though, I mean, you guys are, I mean, I can't see you being
we're not gonna slow
less
down.
busy than you are now.
We're not going to slow down. It's just going to get worse, you know. So, like I said, Brian's working his tail off and to try to get with the county and see where we can grow and what everybody can afford to throw some more trucks out there to take a load off of the busy ones right now. I mean, right now, Blackman Station, which is across the street from the Blackman Elementary School, that's been the busiest truck, running over 300 calls a month by themselves, 300 plus calls.
Wow.
You know, just that one station. So, you know, we're going to need something to pull some of that load off of them somewhere.
Every time I hear Blackman, Mayor Shane McFarland was on several months ago on the air. I can't even remember exactly the date and what was being discussed, but one of the things that will sit with me for a long time is the fact that he said if Blackman were its own city, like Murfreesboro is, town of Smyrna, that it would be like the 6th or 7th largest in the state.
Wow.
Right now. That's how many people are in Blackman already.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how many times have they changed the school zones?
Well, true.
You know, I mean, it just...
And they're building another middle school out there right now.
Yeah. You know, Smyrna's hitting their boundary lines. Laverne's hitting their boundary line. We're already hitting ours.
Yeah.
You can still go south and a little bit east towards Eagleville and, you know, out towards Manchester Highway. But, I mean, Manchester Highway's building like crazy, too.
Yeah. Well, Blackman's kind of growing into Smyrna where Stewart's Creek is.
Yep.
You know, they're growing together there. And then, well, I mean, you mentioned Eagleville. If you haven't been, we did a football game in Eagleville a couple of weeks ago, and the easiest way for me to get to Eagleville at that time of the day is to go 840 to Tri-Union and go around the backside.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
But just the building that's going on in Chapel Hill and in Eagleville and, you know, right across from the school, there are all kinds of condos and apartments.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, the growth that's going on there is just pretty remarkable that we're seeing.
We're not going to slow down.
No.
You know, we're going to need some more employees. We're going to need some more trucks. We're going to need some more stations to house them in whenever they do get back to the stations.
Yeah.
You know, so part of growth.
That's it. Well, something that you all are helping with, I want to make sure we have time to mention here real quick, and that is a food drive that's going on, and you're helping out Rutherford County Schools Atlas program, which is for students who are considered homeless, whether it be that, they're from bed to bed or, whatever the situation is.
Not eating correctly.
Right.
And need a little help on, getting their bellies full. So whether it be mornings or nights. But yes, we are helping out. If anybody's interested in helping or dropping off food, our 611 East Lytle Street, our administration building, is going to collect some foods there. If a station's closer to you, I know they would accept it, and we can get it over there to the Lytle Street station where Atlas can come pick it up.
Now, what you need to think about is stuff that can be easily warmed up in a microwave or, easily eaten. So, like the Chef Boyardee pastas that you put the plastic top on and warm up in the microwave.
The canned
macaroni
tunas,
and cheese.
the canned chickens, beef jerky, snacks, granola bars, so they can have a little bit throughout their day.
Yeah, and think of those canned food items that have the pop tops on them, not those that have to have
can openers.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah, because not everybody has that kind of a situation. How long is this going on? It doesn't have a date on it.
It doesn't have a date on it, so it's until we stop getting food.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, school season is not over till what, June?
Yeah.
So let's rock on, do the best we can to help feed some of these kids in Rutherford County.
Yeah.
This is what I like about it is we're taking care of our own, and Atlas is a great program to help get, or not help, but get it started and go, to keep it all in Rutherford County, because it's all going to go to Rutherford County schools. We're not going outside.
Well, that's a wonderful thing to be doing, and so as long as you can go pick those things up, you can take food, and the cash donations, those cash donations will be used to go out and buy those types of foods.
Yes, sir. And those can also, if you want to do a cash donation towards that Atlas program, they can also go to 611 East Lytle Street.
Okay. Very good. And that's kind of the admin.
That's where all our admin, that matter. That's where our director and our assistant director and our education director, and then all the ladies that help collect and pay bills.
Yeah.
And
there are plenty of those, I guess.
Plenty of those. Yes, sir.
Well, Brent, I appreciate you coming in today.
I appreciate being here.
All right, Brent Carter joining us with Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services, and that's going to wrap us up. We've got Middle Tennessee basketball coming up at the top of the hour, so I hope you will stay tuned for that here on WGNS.
Looking for great deals on name brand clothing, furniture, and more?